So chapter 4, empathy with everyone. Remember, I'm working my way through Harville and Helen's book, How to Talk with Anyone About Anything. And so finding a pathway to be seen, heard, and valued, and to see, hear, and value others involves learning and practicing 4 skills. And the 4 skills of the safe conversation process include the safe conversation dialogue, empathy with everyone, zero negativity, and affirmations. So last week I looked at the safe conversations dialogue, and this week I want to look at empathy a bit more. So they say the expression of empathy is the most important connecting skill we humans have. It is our ability to understand and relate to the feelings and perspectives of others. Historically, our success as a race and our happiness and fulfillment as individuals depends so much on connecting, communicating, interacting, working, and coexisting with one another. And the challenge, I think, with empathy is to move from judgment to curiosity. You know, even with working with couples, it's a mistake to assume that you know what your partner wants. You can't read each other's minds, all right? And the same goes for all relationships. And with empathy comes safety. Because think about it, if I feel judged, I tend to get my back up and get defensive. It feels much safer if someone uses empathic statements like, rather than, well, that doesn't make sense, to use something like, I can see how you might see it like that, or how you would see it that way, which doesn't necessarily mean I agree with the person, but I have made the effort to see it from their side of the fence. And while I was writing this blog, I came across a bit of Stoic wisdom from way back ancient Greece and Rome, talking about curiosity. And the statement was, curiosity is the antidote to ignorance. Seek to learn rather than to defend your beliefs. All right? Ancient Greece and Rome, curiosity is the antidote to ignorance. Seek to learn rather than defend your beliefs. And the authors conclude, we have found over many years that empathy is appropriate everywhere and under all circumstances. It is fundamentally human. It is what makes us human. So then they go on to make 4, I think, rather subtle but important distinctions between empathy and sympathy. So different impacts. Number 1, in sympathy, you share the feelings of others. For example, you feel sad when a friend is sad. But with empathy, you understand the other person's sadness, even though you might not feel sad yourself. Okay. Number 2, the role of cognition. In sympathy, we often get up in the emotions of others with little thinking on our part. In empathy, we choose to try to understand and use cognition to regulate our affect. Cognition is the thinking. Empathy is the experience of both a connection with and a differentiation from the other. All right, again, subtle but important. 3, interpersonal dynamics. In sympathy, the sympathizer takes the active role and the listener is passive. In contrast, empathy is more horizontal and mutual. The empathizer is simply there beside the other person, respecting the space that holds them both. And lastly, mutual transformation. Because of the hierarchical nature of sympathy, there is little transformation, if any, of either the speaker or the listener. In contrast, empathy involves a gentle push-pull that elicits new information and understanding. The act of speaking and empathizing is a way of meaning-making for oneself and one's partner. And then they end the chapter with, the word empathy emerged in the last 100 years and became identified as one of the central processes within psychotherapy. This suggests that the spread of the concept also might be signaling a developing consciousness within our nature as a human species. It's time that we realize what a powerful force our capacity for empathy truly is. It invites a Copernican shift away from revolving around ourselves toward an expanded orbit that includes both ourselves and the others who inhabit our universe. Okay? All right, so next week, practice zero negativity. All right, see you then. Cheers.